All right, how about a real feel-good story for you on this Friday afternoon? Angela Boelens is a DeWitt resident and a professor at Augustana College in Rock Island. About 4 years ago, she founded the nonprofit Iowa Nice. They help sponsor Ukrainian refugees in our region. And now, for that work, she's one of just 18 people across the country to receive a 2026 award from the Courage Project. We are so honored to have Angela joining us right here on The Current. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Well, thank you, Shelby. I appreciate you continuing to talk about the work we're doing at Iowa Nice.
I want to get into the nonprofit here in just a second, but first, you were telling me earlier you had no idea they were going to call you and tell you about this award. What was your reaction like?
Well, when I first got it, I actually thought it was one of those phishing campaigns. I saw the email and I'm like, this is crazy. And I forwarded it to a friend of mine. I said, would you please check this out because this just doesn't look right. And they called me back and said, no, it's real. So anyway, once I started to investigate it and learn more about the Courage Project and the incredible work that they're doing, I was, as you can imagine, incredibly humbled and touched and didn't feel quite right accepting it because this has been a community effort. It's really not about me, but it is shedding a light on the work that we're doing here in Iowa, and for that I'm extremely grateful and happy to accept the award on behalf of our community.
Well, let's talk about that work. For people that aren't familiar, what does Iowa Nice do?
So back in 2022, the work of Iowa Nice was about helping families from the war-torn parts of Ukraine to enter into the United States legally and to get set up in our communities and become financially independent and to integrate. That's the work that we started doing, and we did it in sort of a pragmatic way that got national attention, and you've covered it so beautifully in the station, so thank you. But we kind of became a national benchmark for the right way to do this. And the benefit we didn't expect was the economic benefits. At a time when Iowa loses population every year, our community was growing. And we're building the workforce. And we are, building the tax base. And children are, young families with children are moving into our communities. So there was all this incredible reciprocity there, right? The work that we did helped our community. And so fast forward, in the beginning of 2025, things changed a little bit. And so now our focus is not so much on the humanitarian work of helping Ukrainians as much as it is kind of backing up and supporting the work of our community. Because like I said earlier, this has not been about me, certainly. It's been a community that reached their arms out and said, hey, we'd love to have you come work and live and build a life here in Iowa. And that's at risk right now. So our work is now advocating for Iowans. I believe in the breadbasket of the United States. We're in Iowa. We don't just feed Iowans in the United States. We're the breadbasket of the world, right? And we keep the lights on in the United States. And we need to bring good, hardworking young families to the state. We did that. And so we just need to find a way to sustain it. And so our work has shifted towards advocacy for our community and for the continuation of a really cool thing that we built together with our Ukrainian friends.
When you talk about advocacy, this is very timely because you're heading off to Washington, D.C. this weekend?
We are.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what will you be talking about?
Well, what we're going to be talking about is the importance of population decline and trying to grow our population. We're going to be talking to policymakers and to different organizations about the things that are happening in Iowa, because I think it's difficult when you're all the way over in Washington, D.C. to see the true importance of creating workforce continuity in this part of the country. In rural America, we need people working in our farms, in our hospitals, right? Driving CDL trucks and so forth. And we have a very pragmatic model that we created here in the Midwest to make that happen. And it's at risk of ending. And so we're drawing attention to that, trying to shed some light on it, trying to get some support for helping us to continue with our efforts here.
And the families that you have worked with over the last 4 years, are most of them still in the DeWitt area?
Most of them are.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's funny, people, when they talk to me, they think of Iowa Nice. But I grew up at John Deere, world headquarters, right? I understand agriculture, manufacturing, supply chain, economic growth. I understand the importance of all that. And so these families that came here, they stayed. We don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to attract people to rural Iowa when we have great, hardworking young families building our economy, making it a desirable place for businesses to set up. We don't need to attract them. They want to be here. And so that is now where our focus is talking to people about how can we make that happen. This is the American way. It's the American story. We're pragmatic and we get things done in Iowa. We do it without government benefits. We do it without state benefits, and we get people financially independent within 90 days. We always have 100% success rate with that. So now we just need to take that pragmatic, can-do approach to our lawmakers in Iowa, or in Iowa lawmakers, I should say. We need to take it to them in DC and have them help advocate for us.
It's that sustainable approach that's sustainable not only for the families, but also for the whole community. Angela, the work you guys are doing is incredible. Yeah. It's no surprise that you got this award, and I'm so thankful for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And for you guys at home, if you want to get connected with Iowa Nice, we have all that information up on our website. All you have to do is head over to WQAD.com and the As Seen on TV tab. James?